Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a reading for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, and at the minute with what's going on in the sky, have a look at your Saturn and your Jupiter as well, because I'd imagine they'll be quite useful at the moment. Now this is a general reading, of course, so roles can be reversed. Timing's not absolute, but pretty much December 2019, unless you led to this later. And if the YouTube algorithm leads you to this a lot later, then it's probably worth watching for you. Now, I like my clients to come to me with a question, so hold a question in your mind. Be aware of all of the questions that surround you, but focus on one of them. Pause the video if you have to. But focus on one, energy in, energy out. However, be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer whatever question they deem fit to, and not necessarily what you and I would think is appropriate. So let me bring the cards up now, and in a moment you will see my shuffle of video appear here, and at the end of it you notice I have quite a disaster with my piles of oracle cards. From that disaster, one card remained on the floor to jump out at me. Waterfall, effortless. Let me show it to you if I can get my fingers to work. So the waterfall, water represents a cascade of emotion, but the effortless makes me think that you should just stand there and let that emotion wash over you. Take what you need to learn from it, but let it just pass on down the stream and take away all of the bad energies and detritus with it. And I'll get to why in a moment, because it's quite a complicated story that we've got here. But let's just say I think you've had quite an emotional time recently, and I'll get onto that in a moment. The other two oracle cards that came up is opening to love and listening. The listening I want to attribute to that whole waterfall effect, the whole listen to what your emotions have to tell you and then let them go. But it is your job at the moment to be opening to love. So I'm going to go to the part of my reading which is a relevant past, which this is the second time I've read through this, because the first time I played it back and I sounded like a Dalek. So the story should go smoother this time. There was something that you reached for, that you achieved, that you a situation that gave you a sense of nostalgia. It was almost like there was something that you were planning for that gave you a sense of nostalgia. Somebody else was jealous of you getting to this point where you were recapturing some form of happiness, recapturing some form of what you thought was stability, even if it wasn't quite based on reality. Let's be honest. It was based on what you thought you wanted it to be, from stuff that you'd learned from the past rather than accepting the present. I mean, yeah, you got that sense of nostalgia, but it almost felt like you were game playing and somebody else was playing games with you in this instance as well. You worked hard to get where you wanted to be, but I will say that it maybe felt okay. I didn't get that the first time around. It maybe felt like the commitment wasn't there, like this is everything that I wanted, it's exactly the same as it used to be, but hey, let's be honest, we're human beings. Where's the growth? Where's the progression? Now, in the very, very recent past, we have the Eight of Wands. So there was a swift change, which in this deck is symbolized by Cerberus standing guard over the gates of the underworld. It was recently a tower moment. It was a thing that you were left on your own to face. And even though you wanted to try and preserve what was going on beforehand, it's almost like you were held back from really racing ahead and really racing forward, and you ended up in a position where you took on a commitment that, to be quite honest, you took on this commitment to as a result of a conflict that was going on around you, which I think is caused by that jealousy. There was a jealous influence that helped mess everything up recently. But he was like, okay, if this is what I've got to do, this is what I've got to do. But it hurts. You really didn't want to enter into this commitment, but it seemed like the right thing at the time. Because let's be honest, things changed really fast. There was that whole nostalgic family Six of Cups influence from the recent past meant you were blossoming within it, but then something came to upset it all. Now, you won this confrontation, whatever it was, you won it, but there are still things hidden about that you don't know. It's almost like that conflict is still sort of going on, but the eye of the storm has moved away from you. Where you are, where are you, the influences that you're just coming from, Ten of Cups. Once you made this commitment that you didn't really want to make at all, you've actually found that you quite enjoy it, that you feel quite comfortable with it. Things have calmed down now. You're still feeling the pain of whatever it is that happened, but things have calmed down. You are slowly but surely slaying all the demons, slaying all the dragons that you need to. You are in a protective role right now, but things are okay. You know, with Ten of Cups, happy. However, in this deck, the Ten of Cups is symbolized by Orion. And what I'm getting from this is, one, Orion's belt to give you strength, but two, there's a legend about Orion that he was a remorseless hunter. He's not just the best hunter, bar Diana. He was a remorseless hunter who would kill things for the sake of. With this Knight of Pentacles here slaying a dragon, I feel that really you've slain most of the dragons that you need to. You can leave a few survivors now, because other people are almost waiting for you to explode. They are waiting for you to rush ahead and take action, to suddenly land into a situation. Like I say, I felt that wherever this jealousy is coming from, that's a situation that's going on in the background, that the eye of the storm's moved on from you. You're not involved in it at the moment. It's somebody else's life that could come and interrupt yours, but you're too busy. And I believe that there's influences around you that are wanting to try and make you, they're wanting to use you as a weapon about all this old stuff, because they see how much you were hurt and how much pain you still should be feeling, and that you will want to react in this way. And you're too busy. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands doesn't do anything that she doesn't want to. And here it's Arachne weaving her webs, weaving a tapestry. So you're too busy with your weaving, with your sewing your current life together, to be used as a weapon for anybody. Remember that. Because at the moment, you've just got to tend things slowly. You are defining your own empire. You are defining your sense of rulership. But there's plans that you need to be making right now that have got nothing to do with that old jealousy and the upset that you recently encountered. But the world is going to be turning in your direction. These plans are going to sprout fruit, and they are sprouting fruit already, but slowly. Okay, this is something that I got, that somebody is now that you're establishing your base right now, you're establishing your foundation, your where I move on to further is only just slightly being revealed to you. And it is going to be revealed to you by news from somebody else that comes to you, or they're going to say, well, I've been thinking of doing this. And you've been thinking, well, if they can do this, I could do that. Which is sort of like that, but sort of not, because it's my own thing. So again, a 10 of Cups in your close future. 4 of Wands, that commitment is still going on. 6 of Swords, getting ready for battle. This is after passing through astrological influences of 3 of Swords. You've still got to deal with that pain. Like I say, with this waterfall card, let the emotions pass over you, pass through you, and go past you. Okay, because you need to be careful that you're not acting in the role of the wounded warrior, in the role of lashing out, because you ain't nobody's weapon. And it's just a matter of putting that old pain to rest to move on to the next level. Because we have 2 10 of Wands here, but a 9 of Pentacles. Yeah, to a point, you're on your own in this. You're on your own in this role. I don't think you're on your own, because there's commitments that you have made, and there's commitments that appear to have been made to you as well. But the role that you have chosen for yourself, there's only you can do it. The people who are committed to you, or you have committed to, they're playing other roles. But this is where you are looking for and have received divine guidance, or will be receiving divine guidance. So listen to the synchronicities, listen to the symbols that pop up for you, listen to that little voice inside of you that you know when the right thing is to do. Because when you entered into this commitment, you knew, even though you didn't want to do it, you knew it was the right thing to do. And it was the right thing for you to do, even though it's like, oh, it looks like I've got to do this. And that's going to mean like a couple of years of being committed here. And I'm not sure I want to do this. But like I say, you're blossoming. There was that 10 of Cups here, 10 of Cups, that you've already started feeling that 10 of Cups. There is happiness in your situation right now. But there's still stuff going on in the background that jealousy, that wherever that's coming from, that situation that just recently upset things, that caused you to go into this commitment, it's still out there, but it can't knock down another 4 of Wands. It can't knock down the commitment that you have built. You are in a firm foundation. What you need to do now is not react to it and just go, yeah, hey, look, I'm over here. You can't hurt me. Nothing that you can do can touch me. So a future for you to grab or avoid. And this is one to grab, forge ahead, go through that pain, work it out, let it go. Okay, this person who was jealous, who caused all the hoo-ha, they hurt you. Okay, it's a learning experience. Let it go. Forgive them, not for their sake, nothing to do with them. It's just for you to let that pain go. But forgive them in the form of, you have no power over me anymore. You can't hurt me like that anymore. You've done your best. I'm still standing. Go and play your games somewhere else. Because that's what they were, games. And you are not anybody's plaything, just as much as other people who are getting drawn into those games want you to be their weapon and want you to come in and sweep everything clean and sort it all out. Not going to happen if they have I don't want to say chosen, but if they have been dragged into somebody's games, it's their lesson to learn now, and they need to do the same as you, and you just go, nothing to do with me, mate. I'm out of here. Because you are going to pastures new, and you are making peace with that which normally opposes you. there are certain things where you're just going to have to be blind to and ignore. But there is assistance out there for you as long as you look at things in a nice, rational, says me a tarot reader, but in a nice, rational way of, if I do this, this, and this will happen, there'll be these consequences. So therefore, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go this way and carry on with my own stuff. Keep following your intuition, because there's a Two of Cups here, which, if you know your tarot, great. You know, it's a wonderful unity. You are almost getting your shadow side and your more rational self coming together to say, right, we're forging ahead in this direction. Might be a love thing. Might be. Don't know. But it's nice. I feel really, really good about it. But it is reliant upon you following your intuition and getting your work done. Now, Leos have a reputation for being a little bit lazy at times, but a Leo can be very, very industrious when they set their minds to it. They know how to work hard, and they know how to relax hard as well. So you're worried that what you're building at the moment will come to nothing, but there is a new beginning in this. There is revelation of this is sort of a new beginning in progress. You've made the commitment, now you're making it real, because you've gone, yeah, I'll do that. But you've gone, I'll do that because it felt like the right thing to do. But you're going into it as the wounded warrior. You need to heal that pain before it really starts to blossom for you. Baby steps. This is the final outcome, Two of Pentacles, with Icarus. And I'm not sure how you could say baby steps in regards to flying, but you will soar using this commitment as a springboard onto your next period of life. It's going to take balance, and do not soar too high too soon. Because remember what happened to Icarus? The wax holding his wings together melted when he got too close to the sun. But the dreams that you have already had are in the process of coming into being. Your new dreams are coming into being, and you will receive wish fulfillment with this, and justice is going to be done. So whatever was going on, whoever is still involved with those games, whoever it is who maybe, if they don't know any better, is wanting you to come in as a weapon, and don't do that. But whoever is involved in those games, they will get their comeuppance. Bear in mind, if that means that they are a victim of the games, they will have their victory. They will be, you know, that they will have got rid of the aggressor. But it's not your job to get rid of that aggressor. Your job is to walk away. Your job is to say, yeah, you go and do what you're doing. You have no power over me. So I'll go into the oracle cards now, because we had the Archangel Uriel. Divine light shines from within. I am eternally radiant, loving and wise. And that's what you're seeking for. You went into this commitment through some form of love. I'm not saying a romantic love by any way, shape or form, but you felt like it was the love that you needed to do. You are creating a whole new time for yourself. You will soar in this new environment, this new commitment. It's a wonderful springboard. For that, be bold and make the first move, not in that weapon thing, but in forging ahead. But like I say, small steps. You are in a stage of transformation, so obviously you will be encountering resistance. But you need to track down your fears and your desires and work out where you want to go from here. Your instinct, your sense of what was right and wrong, for example, your instinct led you to this commitment, but it is an awakening for you with the divine guidance. You are opening to love. You've got to allow yourself to open to love. So you've got to get rid of that pain, use that waterfall energy. Even as like use waterfalls in a meditation as a visualization of saying, right, here's my pain now, wash away what I don't need. Let me keep what I need to learn from, and let me keep the lessons, not the pain. Because you are shape-shifting at the moment in your form of transformation. You've got that wish fulfillment of the Nine of Cups here. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. You've tried that before, and hey, you was fairly successful, but it got upset by that jealous energy and the fact that you were looking backwards, not forwards. Now you are supposedly looking forwards with balance, shaking your earth and creating your new reality with the divine guidance that I was on about. So that was a lot quicker than the first time round, I can tell you that. But that was quite a complicated story. So whoever was causing all that hassle for you, walk away. Simple as walk away. Their damage is done when it comes to you. Your job is to heal from it and tell them that they've got no more power, and do not get dragged back into that situation, because the commitment that you made as a result of all of that going on is a beautiful springboard for the next period of your life. The next period of your life where if you set goals from a loving perspective, you will receive wish fulfillment. So I hope that makes sense for you. As I probably should have said at the start of the reading, this reading either is for you or it isn't. You've had plenty of past. If the past fits, it's for you. If the past doesn't fit, it's not for you. And if you're still watching by this point and need to be told that, why are you still watching? But in the meantime, check out your waxing moon reading, which will show you what you need to increase during this period. And obviously, come the full moon, check out your waning moon to see what influences you need to just remove, which will probably be these game playing influences, to be honest. Click subscribe while you're here. In the meantime, good luck. Don't be a weapon. Cheers.